I want to thank the Biden administration properly for guaranteeing my son's future education, which I have no interest in paying for, because he's guaranteed now an athletic scholarship as he goes into college. One of Biden's top priorities got put in via the executive order. You cannot no longer discriminate against people based on their perceived gender. Not whether or not they have an X chromosome, a Y chromosome, not following the science, but if somebody chooses to be a woman, then guess what? You can't discriminate against them.
Take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir.
I apologize.
Motherfucker.
I apologize now.
You have to let them into the military. You have to let them into college for athletic sports. Same with high school sports. This basically ruins women's sports, and I'm going to be a part of it. You see, I have zero interest in paying for my son's higher education, especially if I can game the system and get him an athletic scholarship. If he's at all like me in terms of athletics, this is a distinct possibility. I am a pretty good athlete, but I am not a top-level athlete. I will never be able to play in the NBA. I've played against those guys. There's no competition. The same can be true when I play against top female athletes. There is no competition except that it works the other way, because some of these girls have tried to play with us in the pickup basketball games that we used to go to. They could not really compete, unfortunately. Men have a biological advantage in terms of height, in terms of strength, in terms of speed. This bears out on the playing field. This is why Joe Rogan is against trans females competing in the UFC, because they absolutely pummel their competition. It's because of biology. Of course, the Biden administration, who promised to follow the science, only does so when it's convenient, if they even do at all. The fact is that by eliminating the XY chromosome and putting in the pool of the XX chromosome, the Y chromosome gives somebody an athletic advantage, as I've just mentioned. I'm super excited because I'm going to propel my son. If he is not good enough, I'd rather that he play in the higher league. I'd rather that him be able to play in the NBA. Of course, that's genetically unlikely, as I've just stated. So why not play in the WNBA and just identify as a female? If they choose to make it a XX chromosome league, they change the name from the WNBA to the XXNBA, I'm going to have a fit, because that's going to prevent my son from playing with them, and is absolutely discriminatory. I want my son to have the brightest future that he can. And who cares if it's at the expense of a female? That doesn't matter, because the only thing that's important is his advancement. So let's just play along with their rules. Again, I'm not going to necessarily guarantee that my son will play in the women's league, identifying, of course, as a female for the purposes of getting a scholarship. I'd much rather that he earn it and play in the XY league. But if he has to play in the XX league and pretend that he has that biological status, then so be it, because it saves me money. So I'm totally down. Thank you, Joe Biden. And by the way, I'm thinking about declaring for the WNBA draft. And if you try to discriminate against my ability to play in the Women's Professional Basketball League, then you are a bigot. You are a horrible person. So, again, thank you, Joe. My son's got a scholarship. You guys should take advantage of this, because the only way that we can overcome this craziness is to dive into the reality that they're trying to create and then try to upend it by demonstrating the stupidity and illogic and unscientific basis that it has. Peace and blessings. Dive into that reality and have fun with it. See what you guys have in the comment section. Thumb up the video. Turn that like button blue. It feels good, little dopamine hit. And have a fantastic, fantastic day. Peace out.